The top 10 enigmatic figures in the Bible. Number 1. The 24 Elders. The book of Revelation presents these intriguing figures as elders seated on thrones surrounding a resplendent divine throne in heaven. This imagery has puzzled scholars and theologians for centuries. Who are these 24 elders? They are often interpreted as representatives of the church, redeemed and glorified saints rather than angels, as evidenced by their crowns and thrones, which symbolize authority and kingship. These elders participate in celestial worship and governance alongside Christ, casting their crowns before God's throne in an act of ultimate homage and submission. Their presence in the heavenly court signifies the fulfillment of promises made to believers about reigning with Christ in glory, highlighting the deep connection between divine sovereignty and redeemed humanity. Number 2, Ophanim. These mystical beings are described in the prophetic visions of Ezekiel as wheels within wheels, full of eyes around their rims. This complex imagery has led to various interpretations, but commonly, the Ophanim are seen as symbols of God's omnipresence and omniscience, able to access all earthly and spiritual realms without constraint. Each wheel moves in concert with living creatures, suggesting a divine synchronization between different aspects of God's will. The eyes suggest a comprehensive awareness, reflecting a God who sees all. These beings challenge our understanding of the physical laws of the universe, merging divine mystery with the mechanics of celestial beings. The description of their movements forward, backward, and sideways without turning emphasizes the ineffable and all-encompassing nature of God's governance. Number 3, Behemoth. In the book of Job, Behemoth is described with awe and reverence, depicted as the zenith of God's earthly creations. This enormous creature, likely a symbol of strength and power, represents God's unmatchable creation prowess. Described as feeding on grass like an ox, yet possessing the strength of the hills, Behemoth's formidable nature is emphasized to illustrate God's mastery and sovereignty over creation. Its bones are likened to tubes of bronze, and its limbs to bars of iron, underscoring its indomitable nature. This depiction serves to humble Job, showing him that the mysteries and might of God's creations are far beyond human comprehension or challenge. Number 4, Leviathan. This sea monster, also mentioned in Job, embodies chaos and terror, with descriptions that paint it as virtually invincible. Leviathan's scales are his pride, shut up tightly as with a seal. No air can pass between them. Its sneezing throws out flashes of light, and its eyes are like the eyelids of the morning. From its mouth go burning torches, sparks of fire leap out. The power and might of Leviathan serve as a metaphor for God's uncontrollable and fearsome aspects of nature, which no human can tame or fully understand. The creature's depiction as breathing fire and smoke sets it apart from all other creatures, indicating its mythical and overpowering essence. Number 5. Cherubim. Beyond their role as guardians of Eden, cherubim appear throughout the Bible, particularly in visions of God's throne, embodying divine protection and purity. They are often depicted as having multiple faces and wings, covered with eyes, symbolizing their all-seeing nature and their ability to perceive spiritual truths beyond human understanding. Their presence in the Holy of Holies, above the Ark of the Covenant, underscores their role in maintaining the sanctity and separation between the divine and the sinful world. The cherubim's depiction as fierce guardians with flaming swords who prevent Adam and Eve from re-entering Eden after their fall highlights their function as enforcers of divine judgment and mercy. Number 6. Lucifer. Traditionally identified as a fallen angel, Lucifer, whose name means light-bringer, epitomizes the ultimate fall from grace due to pride. Described in passages like Isaiah 14 and Ezekiel 28, which, although historically refer to Babylonian and Tyrian kings, have been interpreted allegorically as referring to Satan's rebellion. Lucifer, created as a pinnacle of beauty and wisdom, was overcome by his own splendor, leading to his rebellion against God. His fall serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of pride and the severe consequences of rebellion against divine authority. This narrative explores the complexities of sin, redemption, and the eternal battle between good and evil. Number 7. Seraphim. These celestial beings are introduced in Isaiah's heavenly vision, where they stand above the Lord, each with 6 wings. With 2, they cover their faces. With 2, they cover their feet. And with 2, they fly. Seraphim proclaim the holiness of God, crying, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. The whole earth is full of His glory." Their role is to purify and sanctify the prophet Isaiah for his mission, marking them as agents of purification. The Seraphim's presence emphasizes the overwhelming purity and sanctity of God, making them symbols of both God's closeness and His unapproachable majesty. Number 8. Melchizedek. This enigmatic figure appears in Genesis as the king of Salem and priest of the Most High who blesses Abraham. Melchizedek's lack of genealogy and mysterious presence have led to various interpretations, including being seen as a type of Christ, a figure of eternal priesthood, and king of peace. His interaction with Abraham, where he offers bread and wine, prefigures the Last Supper, linking him to Jesus' sacrifice. The writer of Hebrews uses Melchizedek to illustrate Jesus' superior, eternal priesthood, which is not based on genealogical descent but on an indestructible life. Number 9. Angel of Death. This angelic figure plays a pivotal role during the Passover, marking a turning point in the Israelites' exodus from Egypt. The angel of death passes through Egypt, striking down the firstborn of every household not marked by the Lamb's blood, a symbol of divine judgment and deliverance. This act demonstrates the power of God's protection and wrath, reinforcing the themes of covenant, salvation, and the severe consequences of disobedience to God's commands. Number 10. The Angel of the Lord. This figure appears throughout the Old Testament as a mysterious agent of God's will, sometimes speaking with God's authority, leading scholars to debate whether this angel is a manifestation of God Himself. The angel of the Lord intervenes in critical moments, from stopping Abraham from sacrificing Isaac to wrestling with Jacob. This angel embodies God's direct intervention in human affairs, serving as a bridge between the divine and the mortal, and illustrating the personal nature of God's guidance and protection over His people.